Hi, thank you so much for pressing play. I want to tell you more about how your adoption journey may look if you decide to work with us. So here's the way it works. We walk you through 4 different modules of our adoption roadmap framework. Module 1 is called Adoption Intelligence. The premise is that before you jump into this unknown journey of adoption, we want to let you know what to expect from the moment you start until after you bring home your baby. So, what does that look like? We are going to have you listen to a series of recordings that I've put together that take you step by step through your entire adoption journey, starting with your home study, how to find the right home study agency if you haven't done that already, how to prepare your home study for your home study, and what to expect along the way. This is going to help make things much easier for you later on in your adoption journey. We're going to talk about how to be your agency's best client because unfortunately that's important. We're going to help you understand how to identify potential risks. We're going to help you dispel myths around birth moms and open adoption and what it looks like to adopt outside of the state that you're living in. I'd say that the majority of our clients adopt in that way. These are just some of the things that you're going to learn through our series of recordings in step 1, Adoption Intelligence. Does that sound helpful? I hope so, because knowledge is definitely your friend when it comes to adopting. And since we don't ever want to overwhelm you with too many steps at once, after you've turned in the huge stack of paperwork you're going to get as part of your home study, then we're ready to move on to step 2, creating your storybook, which is also referred to as your adoption profile. Now, this is a really important piece in your journey because this is the sole tool that's used for an expected mother to identify who she thinks would be the best fit to parent her child. So you see, it truly is what stands between you and your future baby. It's important to mention here that while an expectant mother chooses you, ultimately you choose her as well. So because of that, we want to make sure to connect with her with as many details as possible. So think about what one of the most important things is in social media today. If you said stories, you're right. You have Insta stories and Facebook stories and who knows what else is out there. But people are connecting with you because they get a glimpse into your life, and that's exactly what we want to show an expectant mom through your adoption profile. I'm so excited that we have partnered with one of the best adoption profile designers out there. We want you to stand out and make a unique connection with an expectant mom, while also being totally true to who you are and taking out all the stress of having to design it yourself. That's right. While you choose the colors and the aesthetic you like, the heavy lifting is done for you. So you might be wondering what this process looks like. I'll tell you. You're going to be sent a bunch of questions to answer that give us a glimpse into your life. If you're married, what's your love story? What are some fun facts about you? If you're single, what makes you stand apart? What do you like to do, and what are your family and friends like? By guiding you through these questions, it's going to help us create an emotion-filled story that connects with the right expectant mom for you. In addition, we're going to give you tips about the types of photos to use and how to pick the best quality photos that will then upload into a Dropbox folder. Once all your text and photos are uploaded and reviewed, our profile designers will work their magic and put together a beautiful adoption profile, making sure that you love it. Our hope is that when your profile is done, it will be right around the same time that your home study is also done. And that's so important. Why? Because in most states, a home study is only good for a year. So the timing of everything is super important, and we want to avoid you having to update your home study, which costs money, if you don't have to. Would you agree? So Now you have a profile that has the right words and the right flow and the right pictures to really show an expectant mom who you are. You've now been approved for your home study. And the next step, step 3 in the adoption roadmap, is building your agency profile or portfolio. I want to throw out an analogy before we dive into this step. If you were going to your financial planner, say you have $250,000 to invest, is she going to advise you to put all of that money into one stock? If she's smart, probably not. What would she tell you to do? You're right, diversify. You're so smart. When you diversify, you usually get more bang for your buck, getting the best outcome in the quickest amount of time, right? Well, I take that same exact strategy in adoption. I say, instead of putting all your eggs into one basket, why not apply to multiple agencies across the country? That way, you're getting more situations, and your profile will be in front of more expectant mothers, and ultimately, you're probably going to be matched a lot quicker. In fact, most of our families are adopting their baby within a year. And while there are never any guarantees, our statistics tell me that if you follow our roadmap, you can too. How does that sound for you? You might be wondering, well, how the heck could I afford to apply to multiple agencies? Well, some agencies do charge $15,000 or $20,000 up front, but there are other agencies who will charge you less than $1,000 up front, allowing you more flexibility to sign on with maybe 3 to 5 agencies. Your consultant will help you strategize what that magic number might be for you, depending on your criteria. Let's look at this step a little bit closer. You will be providing us your criteria for adoption, things like races you are open to, gender preference, budget, and more. We're going to look at everything you tell us about you and what you're looking for, and we're going to present you a list of agencies we think would be a great fit for you to sign up with. We have a wide network and talk with agencies and attorneys all the time. We find out their statistics, we know what's been happening with that agency at the time that you're ready to apply and who exactly they are looking for. We also know their financials and their financial risks, and we are going to share all of those statistics with you so that you can also make the best educated decision and determine who the best fit will be for you. So we provide you with that list. You then do your due diligence, and then you choose which agencies you want to sign up with. The situations will hopefully start to flow. This takes us to step number 4, which I call champion and support. Throughout your journey, we are here to hold your hand. We're here to help you vet situations as they come to you because we want to do whatever we can to help you mitigate your risks. Successful adoptions happen about 75 to 80% of the time. That means about 20 to 25% of expectant mothers change their mind or for whatever reason, she doesn't follow through with her adoption plan, which in turn means that financially and emotionally, you're at a loss. And we want to help you mitigate that loss in whatever way possible. So we ask that you share every situation that you are presented with your consultant. Sometimes a situation you weren't considering, you didn't think you were comfortable with, you might be comfortable with after all, and vice versa. Ones you think you did want to present to actually have a lot of red flags. Our team has read over hundreds of adoption situations. Our job is to make sure that you're not missing any details, that you're asking all the questions up front that you need answered in order to make an informed decision before presenting your profile to an expectant mom. Because when you present a profile to an expectant mother, you're saying, if we're chosen, we have every intention to move forward. So we're going to help you vet those situations. We're going to help you prepare once you're matched for that first phone call. We're going to help you prepare for a visit to the expectant mother if that happens. We're going to help you prepare before you go to the hospital for the birth. And we're also going to give you resources once you bring your baby home so that you know where to go to get support as an adoptive family and continue your education. Besides inside of our amazing community that our families have access to for life. Now, one of the questions that is asked of me all the time is about open adoption. And these days, I'd say there's really no such thing as a closed adoption with all of the ancestry tests and everything online. I'd venture to guess that about 95% of adoptions these days are open at some level. And that can range anywhere from, say, sending pictures and letters a couple times a year through your agency on the one end, and then on the other end of the spectrum, family visits. Now, that might take a couple of years to get to, and it's a beautiful thing when it does happen. The most important thing for you to do is keep an open heart and an open mind as you go through this process, because maybe what you're thinking about today isn't even what you're going to end up with down the road as you continue to educate yourself more and more. So I want to ask you, how does all of this sound so far? I hope you said amazing. Now let's talk finances for a quick minute. All together, soup to nuts, your adoption journey using our model will probably range somewhere between, are you ready? $45,000 to $60,000. It could be less and it could be more. There are so many factors that go into this, but know that you are in control of what you're comfortable with and what you're not comfortable with. And you'll know what those financials are before you present for a situation. So that number should include everything from your consultant, your home study, travel, your agency and expectant mother expenses, to your attorney for finalization. Soup to nuts. One final word about race and substance exposure. If you are a Black family of any makeup, we need you. Expectant moms are asking for you more and more, and most likely you won't wait too long. On the other hand, if you're hoping only for a white baby, you need to also be open to daily opioid use. It's extremely prevalent among white expectant mamas, so much so that we would only be able to work with you if your preferences included being open to all races and or being open to daily opioid use. We just want to make sure that we can help you. Hopefully by now, I've answered most, if not all, of your questions about what the adoption journey looks like and what it would look like for you to work with RG Adoption Consulting. It is such an honor for us to be able to walk alongside you on what might be the most important journey of your life. It's truly a privilege for us to hold your hand and help guide you. I'm not gonna lie, it's not an easy journey, especially if you're trying to navigate it on your own. But remember, the most difficult of journeys have the sweetest of outcomes. So what are you waiting for? Hop on a call with one of our amazing team members to see if we are the right fit to walk this journey with you. It's totally free. I'd also love for you to follow us on Facebook and IG. Just so you know, the content on each is very different, so follow us on both IG and Facebook to continue learning. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I hope to talk to you soon. Bye for now.